What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Sun is shining, birds are chirping and stuff. Actually, I don't know. So, as most of you know, we schedule videos early in the morning, Central Time, only time zone that matters. But mainly, it's because we have a lot of European viewers, and that's like mid-morning for them. Doesn't matter. But actually, filming this like relatively in real time. It's 3 a.m. right now. Daddy's got a couple briskets going because we I don't know why. Like the weekend, the Saturday before Thanksgiving is like jam-packed with everything. Like family Thanksgivings, Friendsgivings, everything. It's just a lot of stuff going on. But if you smell what Andy is cooking, that's a couple briskets. It's good times. But Saturday morning news dump. He sees you when you're pooping. So getting it on. Vikings Sunday Night Football, getting the NBC treatment, and it's going to be fantastic. Oh, Sunday night. And this artwork that Sunday Night Football put out is pretty damn legit. It's pretty good. Like, I don't know if our guy Eli Corbett did it or not, but either way, it's pretty damn good. The whole show Vikings, Ragnar Lothbrok, has a really good show. I feel like the Vikings haven't incorporated enough of actual Viking stuff. I feel like, do you remember when the Vikings had a purple dinosaur mascot and not Barney in like the mid 90s and everyone just accepted it? Right. But like actually getting into it, having like battle axes and battle shields and having a shield wall and shield maidens and all the shields, everything shield related. But Addison is looking good. Josh Dobbs. Woo. And also, T.J. Hawkinson legitimately looks like a Viking. Like, you could put Hawkinson in the show Vikings, and you'd be like, yeah, there you go. It's a Viking king. But the Viking... See, I always wondered, like, who would win in various fights between mascots? Well, so first off, the Browns is apparently the elf, so he's out. An actual Bengal tiger would be good. A bear, I mean, it depends if it's like a grizzly bear or a polar bear. Like, for the Bears logo, it's probably a grizzly, right? Or just like a generic brown bear. Even though, well, is it all grizzlies are brown bears, but not all brown bears are grizzlies? I think that's correct. Doesn't matter. I mean, giants would make sense. Dolphins are out. Patriots, don't tread on me. Probably good. Chiefs, yes. Titans. Well, what's the difference between a giant and a titan? Cardinals are out. Actually, all the bitch ass birds are out. Whatever. Also, would it be 49ers? They're too busy prospecting for gold. They got a stream and a pan looking for nuggets of gold. What are they gonna do? Packers, hey, don't worry. We'll assemble all these boxes and make sure that you're shipped up and ready to go. Like we're gonna work for Amazon Prime. No. Lions, sure. Steelers, I don't know. They could smelt you. Either way, the Vikings mascot is winning, especially against the Broncos, like some stupid ponies. I don't know, man. But speaking of beating the Broncos, so 4 years ago, which is the rotation for AFC opponents, absent the extra floating game now with the 17-game schedule. But the Vikings at historic U.S. Bank Stadium came back from a 20-0 deficit at halftime to win 27-23 to move to 8-3 in the season right before the bye week in 2019, and everything was good. I mean, Zimmer was cruising, Fangio on his way out in Denver, but the Vikings going down 20-0 to something called Brandon Allen. Like, remember that game? Brandon Allen came out slinging it, man. And, the Broncos built up that halftime lead. Vikings came all the way back. Kirkua was 29-35 for 319 and 3 tutties in the second half. Dalvin wasn't getting much out of the running game, but he punched one in as well. And also, Stephon Diggs was the big hero there. Thielen must have been out with that ankle injury, probably. But 5 for $121 and a touchdown. Rudy got in the end zone as well. B.C. Johnson. Hey, bar trivia. The guy who started over Justin Jefferson the first 2 games of his career, B.C. Johnson, the pride of Colorado State. That's right, baby. 6 catches for 35 on 9 targets. Irv also got a touchdown? Shoot. Bengals legend Irv Smith Jr. There you go. But also look at the Broncos. Shelby Harris. This is the game that made me fall in love with him. He had 3 sacks in this game. Actually, Kirk got sacked 5 times because I think Von Miller got one too. Philip Lindsay, the UDFA out of Colorado. He put up 67 yards on 16 carries. Royce Freeman was it. This game had everything. Devontae Booker was all up in there. Cortland Sutton, who we'll see again on Sunday, big time playmaker on the outside. 5 catches for $113 and 9. Yeah, I do remember. So Brandon Allen, a bit of a career backup, was basically just throwing YOLO hospital balls all up in there. And Tim Patrick, Noah Fant, all up in there. It's good times, man. But you'll remember that this was the J-Ron Curse legacy game because J-Ron had a couple of passes broken up at the end. Basically a goal line stand because the Broncos were knocking on the back door, but they did not get in. And remember, it was the bye week right after, and then J-Ron and Mike Hughes got some trouble. I don't have a good transition, but Jumpin' Joe Burrow, who showed up in to the stadium against the Ravens wearing like what looked to be a wrist brace, but he called it a compression sleeve. Whatever. Either way, he's got ligament damage to his wrist, and it's going to be a mess, and he's going to be missing the rest of the regular season. Now, it's important for us because the Vikings traveled to Cincy, the Queen City, getting some chili. Get your chili hot, boys, in about a month. And now, I mean, that game with Jumpin' Jake Browning at QB for the time being looks pretty damn good. So the Vikings, 1 week at a time, 1 week playoff, taking care of business. You're at the Broncos at home Monday night against the Bears, did not get flexed. So, the Vikings should and could be staring at 8-4 heading into the bye week, 9-4 after the Raiders, 10-4 after the Bengals with a collision course with the Lions. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but of course, knocking on all the wood, keep playing good football, everyone stay healthy from this point on, and then go from there, man. But also, I obviously injuries suck and feel really bad for Kirk, but next man up mentality, and the Passtronaut Mania taking over the world. It's awesome. Like Josh Dobbs, I always did like Josh Dobbs. I liked him all the way back at Tennessee. Liked his mobility. I love that he has interests outside of football, being an aerospace engineer. Like he's literally a rocket scientist, man. But him finally getting the opportunity to be a starter with actual talent around him, unlike Arizona, I think it's beautiful, and he's playing at an extremely high level, and frankly, hopefully he can keep it rocking and rolling. And I want the Vikings to have a tough decision in the offseason. I want Josh Dobbs to play so well the rest of the way and in the playoffs and maybe even beyond that the Vikings have a tough decision between Dobbs, who's going to be 29 in January, and Kirk Cousins, who's going to be 36 in August. And drafting a quarterback, all that stuff. Speaking of quarterbacks, so I don't know why. Like this is the only picture we have on file for Nick Mullins. Anyways, I don't even know why. Oh, yeah, Mullins went to Southern Miss like Bert Favre. Anyways, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman. Kevin O'Connell says he's optimistic that Nick Mullins back can be the number 2 quarterback in Denver. Jaron Hall concussion is out. So, again, I like that they're playing it super safe with concussions and Jaron Hall. But Nick Mullins, his 21-day practice window started on Wednesday. He does have to be activated at 53 on Saturday if he's going to be part of the Sunday rooster. So remains to be seen. But either way, if he's activated, great. If not, Sean Mannion will likely be called up from the practice squad to be Josh Dobbs' QB2 in Denver. Another guy that's going to be back, and it's going to be really important. So I really doubt that JJ is going to play on Sunday night, but a receiver that we are getting back is KJ. So KJ went out with that scary-looking hit against the Falcons, and he did miss the Saints game. But, KJ, even though he's had ups and downs, and he had a very slow start to the season, had a couple drops, didn't look good. But overall, like KJ, I love and respect his game, and I think that he is going to have a really large part of the Vikings offense on Sunday night because Patrick Surtain II, with JJ probably out, he's probably going to be shadowing Jordan Addison. That's a tough draw for the rookie, and I do think that guys like KJ, guys like Brandon Powell, guys like Jalen Speedy Naylor are going to have to step up and make a play against a very solid Denver defense. But also, looking at now, it's way too early for that's a win, that's a loss, that's a win. But, of course, we'll take all the help that we can get. Now, the Vikings do control their own destiny for the NFC North, as well as with a win on Sunday, they're an overwhelming favorite to be making the playoffs. And make a little bit of noise, get down tonight, and the Vikings certainly could be helped out in the seeding, as well as their chase for NFC North supremacy. So, Week 11 rooting interests. Now, if the Bears and Justin Fields could just beat the Lions one time, hey, Fields, remember all the hype that you came into the season with? One time. One time, man. Even though the Packers are effectively out of it, I would love to see the Chargers go up and not Charger it in Green Bay. The Giants beating the Commies would be kind of nice. Basically, eliminate Washington from wild card contention. Carolina teabag in Dallas would be great. Tampa taking to San Francisco. Hey, San Francisco, you just broke your losing streak. Why don't you start a new one? Then Seattle, if they could lose to the Rams, who I don't actually see as too much of a threat, that'd be great. Of course, the Vikings winning on Sunday night against Denver. And then if Kansas City wants to hold serve at home, and yes, the battle of the Kelseys, yes, Taylor Swift. I'm actually like kind of over all the Kelsey stuff. Not good. Like Taylor Swift is whatever, and I actually like her music, and I understand why the NFL is leaning into it. But like, who anointed the Kelseys as the face of the league? What the hell happened there, man? Why are they in every commercial? I don't understand it. But yeah, knocking Philly down a peg or two would also be fantastic. But that's it. That's at your Vikings Saturday morning news dump basically in real time. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.